New Constitution modifier. 21, that's still plus 5, so you add 10 to your 20, to whatever your hit points are at maximum.
But at least now I finally got more HP.
36. Yeah, congratulations, you're now a 36 barbarian.
Hey, I went up in hit points, guys.
You all did, including the cleric, who is also human, so all his stats go up by 1. Once I find the page.
Which I really need some extra points back. Now I won't be so... I'm still a little squishy, but not as much now.
Just a little squishy. I love how he states that with such relevance.
What's
I
your hit point?
transferred
17?
guys from my bag of holding to my portable hole.
I'm gonna step outside for a smoke.
Go right ahead.
Alright.
I'm gonna take care of the garbage and use the restroom.
And then I transferred the portable hole to one of the pouches on my utility
Short
belt.
intermission, guys.
Good idea.
Get the mathematics scores here corrected.
Alright.
I shall be right back.
7 knives.
9, 16, 11, 16, or no, 17. 17. And 12. Oh wait, no. God, I hate when I do that. So that will push all those stats now at... Strength is now 15, so plus 2, 9. Well, the dex is still sucking for the bloody fucking cleric. However, his constitution's up to plus 3 now. Ah! Good thing legs give. 11. Ooh, plus 0 to intelligence. 17 for wisdom now. That's now plus 3. And plus 1 to... Well, that didn't help him much. He's still uglier than hell. Okay, cleric. Now I gotta find the cleric. Cleric. Where are you, cleric? Ah, here we are, cleric. 1d8. 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 11. Wow, cleric's got 19 hit points now.
Oh, well.
He started at 11. Okay, let's back up left. I think I've got everything corrected. I hope.
Right.
And
I feel like Assassin's Creed now. I got knives hidden throughout my person.
true. That is true. Of course, what I'm about to do to you next is going to not make you happy.
Why do you think I took the knives?
Well, for starters, you started a fire in an enclosed space.
Yeah, I know.
So, theoretically, now I get to roll to see if you get attacked after you get healed back up.
Are we going to get swarmed again?
Well, you won't get hit by that massive horde. That was just where the cages were. That's where all the monsters were lurking.
Oh.
So you won't encounter them, but you might encounter a smaller group. Probably, hopefully not. I won't roll a D1. In other words, if I get the D1, the cloaker's coming right at you.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, you started a fire. And you cooked meat. Do the math.
Do we have any of the remains left over?
No.
See, that's what I thought. And the scorpions don't count for anything?
you'd have to purify the meat because of the poison, which is in the tail.
Would they be good for bait?
You could use the poison as a weapon. Other than that, no, not really.
Could I use my survival skill to harvest the poison?
You can, yeah.
Alright, I'll do that and I'll get whatever poison I can get.
Oh, I almost forgot.
You got enough to fill 3 small vials.
3 vials of poison.
I almost forgot about the last knife, the one that was embedded in me. I might as well try to remove it so I can keep it in my collection.
Well, since you were peeled back to full health, they pulled the knife out of you.
Oh.
How many knives do you have before that?
He has to add 1 to whatever he had already.
I had 7 knives before this battle.
So you have 8.
That'll give you 8. Alright.
Is there any
Which is a
way...
good thing, because you guys went through weapons pretty fast. Yes, last time.
Spell poison, please.
P-O-I-S-O-N. Is there any way that I could fashion a belt to hold the knives in, like a knife belt for quick access to throw?
You already have the utility belt. All you have to do is rearrange it a little bit.
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Okay, I think I'll do that so that way I can have quick access to throwing knives. It would give me an extra long-range weapon if I need it.
Are they throwable?
The vial?
I mean, well, of course, the
knife?
vials.
The daggers are daggers, so yes, they're throwable.
Okay.
That's why one threw it into your chest, if you recall.
Oh.
Okay, so that means I have 8 knives.
Okay. Time to do dice rolls. Darn.
Nothing.
Yeah, you basically don't get attacked after you cook the meat and start a forest fire in the building. Luckily, the building's made of stone, so it didn't light anything on fire, but...
when we get done, could we just put out the fire?
You can. I'm not going to stop you. Which
would
would probably be a good idea, since you don't want the smoke to bring
I'll
them.
put out the fire because we don't need any anymore.
Yeah, we'll wait.
And the remains of the fire I'll load up. That way, we can use the kindling for a future fire, etc.
Basically, you can, once Kenny gets back, once I get up, of course, my legs are killing me. You guys can then either go towards the door, or go down the tunnel that leads to your werebear. However, be known that there is a treasure chest in that room, and it is trapped. The door is booby-trapped. Very specially, I might add. So you're going to need your rogue to check for a trap. And you're going to have to roll a very good investigation roll.
Alright. Since we're waiting for Kenny.
Okay, the proficiency bonuses. Does it get applied to the skills that we possess? Is that how it works?
It determines on if I ask for a proficiency bonus. It gives you a +2 to the 2 attributes that you wanted when you were choosing your thief's attributes. The most important ones, basically.
Yeah, which I took,
Stealth, and I believe it was...
Well, I took sneak attack, and then, sleight of hand.
So you'd be proficient in that. Luckily, that's not what you're having to use, but that's okay. Because he's the human, though, just like
wait a minute.
Kenny and
Let me check my original sheet.
We actually get a +1 to all our abilities. You're an elf. You only get wisdom.
Which is alright, I guess.
Actually, it's not sleight of hand. It was actually investigation for my other one.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, stealth and investigation for my 2 skills.
Let's see, investigation with intelligence, so you get a +7 to that, basically.
Okay, so investigation +7.
And that would also go for your sleight of hand as well. I think. I'm not going to look it up. I'm tired enough already. Welcome back to the land of the already dead corpses.
There's just a lot to this D&D. I'm really liking this. Just want to make sure I get all the stuff down right.
Well, like I said.
But I kind of like bringing my comforter better because I'm actually staying warm, but I'm not too hot.
Kenny here is now a lot more stronger. A lot more stronger. Mr. 30 points.
36.
Whatever, same idea. It's going to take a lot more to kill you.
Oh, I almost forgot the conversion upgrades for some of my other stats.
What's the conversion for 22?
22? Oh, you're going to do
I can look it up. 22 is plus 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
And once you guys get 30, that's the highest you can go. You can't go any higher.
Right. So that
Which
means,
just gives you a plus 10 modifier.
so this, my strength is up to plus 3 now.
Congratulations.
Dexterity is still the same. Constitution, I've already gotten an extra point. Intelligence, plus 3. Actually, no, wait, it's 18, so it's plus 4. Wisdom, still the same. Charisma, still plus 3. So, the 3 steps, so I gain an extra strength, dexterity, and intelligence.
Crap.
Intelligence is plus 4. Dexterity. Okay, so strength is plus 3. Dexterity. Plus 4. Constitution is plus 3 still. Intelligence plus 4.
Oh.
Wisdom. Charisma stayed the same, so investigation is sleight of hand of 8.
Congratulations.
I'm just making sure I get everything in this down. That might be the reason why I didn't have any strength originally. I didn't know what math to add properly.
Refresh my memory. What
Right.
does wisdom govern?
Wisdom would be things like...
Survival, perception, medicine, insight, and animal handling. Those are pretty much what pertain wisdom.
In other words, you can carry a pet if you want. That would be your horse, by the way, that's back in the barn. And depending on how powerful you are, you can even turn animals to your side. Unfortunately, certain animals might have a strength against them.
How would it apply in combat?
You were just attacked by basically 8 rats. You could try to roll a good animal manipulation roll with whatever your modifier is.
And then
for
you
intelligence.
could have had them turn on their allies.
Yeah, they basically would have attacked all the kobolds.
I
and
could
scorpions.
use good sense as battle tactic.
Yes, you can manipulate anything that's an animal based, which would be scorpions, rats, eagles, deer, elk, etc. etc.
Okay. That's good for future reference.
Alright, back to the dreaded battlefield now. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. There is a door to your... whatever direction that way.
Our left, your right.
Yeah. You have a door in front of you, and you have an empty corridor, basically, that way. However, there may be a treasure chest in that door.
Should we go for the door, guys?
We can, but I would recommend that the thief investigate the door
Okay.
and be careful. Anything can happen.
Alright, I'll take an action to check the door then.
Well, it's just an investigation check. Right?
I know. So the D20, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
Plus whatever your investigation is.
Alright. Let's see here. Okay, I rolled a 5. Let's see here. Investigation is 8. So that would give me
A 5 plus 8.
13.
13.
It's a door. That's about all you can tell. You can see some lettering on it, but unfortunately, it's in Orcish. No, not really in Orcish, but he can't read it because he got a 13. Basically, it looks Greek to you, and you can't read it.
Would I be able to do a history check on any of the words or lettering? Maybe I come across it.
You can check. You can do an investigation check. It'll do the same thing.
Okay. I don't comprehend shit.
Okay, what was it?
2.
Yeah, pretty much. You just see this door with these weird-looking symbols on it.
Might as well be gibberish for me.
Pretty much. You want to try, Kenny? Just for shits and giggles? Because I heard you had a great investigation.
Sure, why
roll.
not? I'll try investigating the door.
An 11 plus...
3, that's 14.
Okay. You see little words, but as a barbarian, you can't tell what it says. Do any of you want to open... Basically, the others just looked at you going, that's odd. Okay.
Who among us have the most health?
At the moment, it's Kenny.
There is actually a way to see. I want to see if there's anything behind the door. I would like to access my burglar tools and pull out the hand mirror to be able to look underneath the door. It's part of the burglar's kit.
I understand that. The door goes all the way to the floor.
There's no gap.
There's no gap in the door frame.
So we need to open the door, guys.
Who wants to open it?
I will.
I'll take a pass as I back up a few steps.
I'll
Okay.
open the damn door.
And,
Alright, barbarian?
and I step right behind him, and I ready my...
And I might as well ready a bow shot for myself.
Are you guys going to be behind me to...
We're covering.
That's what I mean. Is that you guys going to cover me?
So basically, the barbarian, the fighter, and the rogue are basically here. You'll notice the cleric and your... Oh wait, your robot's out of commission. He's not on the board. The cleric, realizing that the last time you guys tried to open a door, something bad happened, decided to step back and wait.
Okay.
I'm close, but not too close. I'm just enough to get a good view of the...
And I'm kind of like beside you at an angle, so that way if there's any trouble coming through the door, I can take a quick shot. And I've got
Alright.
11 arrows left from my one pack.
Alright.
Alright?
I still
I'm
have
going
two
to open the
reserved.
door.
Before we move on, regather your arrows.
Yeah, you can pick up ones that weren't too badly damaged. You get about 4 back.
Okay, so I'll just add 4 to my collection then, so that'll put me back at 5.
Can I open the door now, guys?
Actually 15.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to open the door.
The door creaks just slightly, and the entire hallway fills with purple smoke.
Oh, good God!
Okay, let's see how bad this is. First, I have to roll something. Oh God.
What?
Okay, the cleric looks and goes, I knew it! It was a trap! I knew it was trapped! I knew that rogue didn't get the hint!
Shut up, Aardvark!
Just then, I hear a squeak come from the door. The cleric hears a squeak come from the door. He walks slowly towards the door because the smoke's now cleared, and looks. He sees the barbarian! Purple! Not a woman this time! An elk.
An elk.
Yes!
I'm an animal!
You turned into an elk.
Okay.
He looks and goes, oh my God, barbarian, what happened to you? All he hears is basically what an elk would sound like.
Wait a minute, if the whole hallway filled with smoke, aren't me and Will affected as well?
Yes.
Can you board the brunt?
He turned into an animal, but he hasn't seen you two yet. He goes, I'm so sorry, and then hits something to his left. He turns. He sees the rogue. And goes, oh my God. The rogue has now turned into a woman.
Good grief!
Luckily, his armor is just enough that he can actually wear it and not look bad. And oh, by the way, for the moment, you can add a +2 to your charisma. So you get some +5 to your charisma, basically.
Remember to remove that when
That's why I'm
When
putting
I give
TP
you-
is for temporary.
And poor fighter girl. He's going, wait, where the hell's the fighter? Where'd she go? And just then, he hears a tapping on his shoe. He looks down.
The fighter is now 2 feet tall.
You become a mouse!
You look like the Cosmos from Mothra's world. And
Infant Island.
the cleric goes, oh no. Oh god, no, not you too. Oh, I'm the only one still at full height. Needless to say, the cleric takes his axe and opens the door slightly. He goes, okay guys, come on. You too, female. Getting a joke out of this whole thing.
At that time, the rogue just walks up and slaps you for the heck of it. For that comment.
Take 2 damage. You're a woman now, dummy. That means your strength isn't as good as the cleric, and he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
You just basically slapped a hammer. So you're now at 15.
I really gotta learn to keep my big mouth shut.
Yes, you do, but that's not the point. You all now have entered the room. While I handle this. Oh, and by the way, while in this form, you cannot do any investigation checks. So you're stuck being just a rogue. You just can't do any investigation for them. As you 3 enter, you see another statue of the hero. He's holding the sword, the scabbard's on his hip, and there are 5 destroyed statues near him. One with black wings. Actually, at least one has black wings. One looked like she was wearing, at the time, a black dress. The other a red dress. One looked like a snake at one time. And the last one looked human. And they all look like feminine statues. Now all in rubble. And there's a treasure chest to your left. Anyone want to check the chest?
I can. I'm an elk.
Yeah, that's right. You're an elk, so you can't do it.
As I tap on the door's foot,
What? Cosmo girl.
and then I point to the chest.
Oh, he grabs the rogue and throws her at the chest. Thankfully, nothing happens this time. He goes, well, at least this time it's not booby trapped.
Okay, you said I can't do an investigations check, but I just changed gender.
Yes, you did. You're a female.
That's a part of the spell.
Yeah,
No matter who got affected or how they got affected.
affected, in the case of poor Will,
Yeah.
and the barbarian who's not an elk.
I'm an animal. Don't eat me.
They are just essentially were distracted.
Okay.
You have your issues. The rogue threw you at the chest to see if it would go off. It did not. You may now, if you wish, open the chest.
Alright. Putting my hands on the chest lid, I slowly open it.
A beautiful golden light lights up your eyeballs. It's a chest full of gold. You each get about 200 gold pieces.
200 gold pieces.
Alright, I'll put up 200.
The cleric basically puts the 200 gold pieces on the pouch of the poor elk over here. I feel sorry.
Hey, I can buy more potions.
I love this.
200. Okay, so that's going to be 340.
Okay, that puts me up to
I'm at 238 gold pieces.
I'm at 287.
Damn, I'm like the one that's like the least richest.
That's because you bought all the potions, which is probably a good thing. Do you wish to leave the room now?
You
we
said
wanna
the
leave?
statue had the scabbard, right?
It's not the actual scabbard, but it's a statue version of the scabbard on it.
Let's leave as I go squeak, squeak, squeak. Leave the statue alone!
Okay. Do you wish to leave the room?
Yes!
Okay. The cleric picks up the poor defenseless fighter here by the cuff of her shirt and carries her and tells you two to follow.
And I'm like, you're fortunate that I can't do anything about these.
I'm just carrying you until you're about my height.
Fine.
I'm a dwarf, for Christ's sake. I'm bigger than you. This is humiliating.
As I also said, and also a bit stockier as well.
As I start glaring at you, I'm like, fuck you.
The cleric does remind the rogue that he can hit him for that comment. And you all basically exit the room. As the door slams shut behind you, basically, you come to this hallway.
Okay. Oh shit.
The dwarf has the female fighter is now the same height as the dwarf,
Okay.
Yay.
and Kenny's sort of reverting back. Now he's half human, half elk, and the rogue is turning back to almost being male again. As the door
A
shuts,
really feminine male.
yeah. As the door shuts behind you and you've gone down back to this corridor, the wizard has teleported into the room and flipped the switch.
Another
you got-
switch.
Yes, there's a reason for that. You'll get to it in a minute. Luckily, because of how bad I rolled, guess where you guys are now?
Where?
I'll give you a hint. You're all back to normal and you're standing right in front of the door in front of the bear.
So
You
right
basically
here.
went... Ignore the fact that there's no door now. You basically all ended up right at the door, and the werebear is right in front of it. Or right behind it. Do you wish to enter this door, even though the door has lettering on it?
There's lettering. Does anybody
Does
want to
anyone
investigate the
now,
door?
now that you're both back to normal, does anyone want to investigate it again?
As I take a good few steps back.
Hey, I investigated the last door, so...
Alright.
I'm like, fine.
The-
Everyone else, step back.
The cleric has decided, yeah, I'm going to step back, as he's behind the wall, way
I'm
down
stepping
there.
back too. 'Cause
And I'm like, go for you too, Squishy.
Do you wish to do an investigation check on the door before you even open it? Just in case.
I investigate.
Roll a d20, please, and tell me what the number is.
It'd help if I could.
Have the right dice in your hand.
20
20.
plus that would be intelligence
Investigation.
2.
So 22.
The letters say in a language you actually can read, this is the door of the scabbard. It's not booby-trapped. Just guard it.
Alright, as I convey that to you guys.
You just heard the fighter say that the door's not booby-trapped, and that you found the scabbard.
Okay, so I guess we can go back to the door now.
Yeah. You basically enter the room. As I grab over the beaker.
Cool.
You are now in a room that's somewhat lit. Looks like a lot of the torches have kind of fallen off the wall a little bit. And you see this monk-like guy with a white robe that is covered in a lot of blood and guts. And there's about, I'd say about 4 or 5 billion scorpions, kobolds, wee kobolds, and, oh yeah, rats. Scattered all over the place.
Bodies, I gather.
Yes.
Remains? Okay.
You see this huge axe, battle axe that is, sitting on the floor next to the somewhat monk-looking cloak-bodied whatever. Any you want to talk to them? And negotiate with him, maybe?
I suck at negotiating.
Do anyone want to say, hi, we're here. Who are you?
Alright. First I'm going to take a quick look around. Do I see anything remotely resembling what we're looking for?
You can see the scabbard behind him.
Okay.
I won't even do that check. You can see the scabbard. It's not that dark in there.
Alright.
It's basically...
I'm going to walk up to it. Not close enough to where he can pop
hit
me
you with
one-
the axe.
Yeah, but close enough to where I'm comfortable that it can hear me. And then I say hello in my most cordial and politest possible way.
Okay.
Hello. 1.
He heard you regardless. He goes, who dares enter the room of the scabbard? In the best voice I can come up with for what you're about to fight.
And I'm like, Catherine, I'm a widow. This is my troop, such as it is.
The hood comes up to just about... You can tell that the person obviously has maybe a beard because his face is a little hairy. You can't say much more than that. He looks and says, Oh, great. A bimbo barbarian, an idiot rogue, a dumb female fighter, and a bloody fucking cleric. I've had enough of you people. I've had to fight kobolds. I've had to fight fat damn rats. And you can tell he's now starting to rant a little bit.
And I'm like, do we have to fight?
Just then, you said the wrong choice of words.
And I'm like,
You see this bear-like claw come out from the cloak, grab the axe, lift it off the ground, and take off the cape, and whatever it is, and drop to the ground, and you see this big, and by the way, for those who don't know height ratio, he's a high elf, he's a human. The bear, or werebear in this case, is standing taller than both of you combined. However, there is some good news. Some very good news. It looks also like he's been through 10 rounds of Mike Tyson, and he didn't go very well. He has, at minimum, 50 hit points.
Are we gonna have any help from the wizard on this round?
I doubt it.
No. The wizard is at the moment preparing to join you, however, if you by any half chance all get really badly wounded and blast the bear into oblivion. However, at the moment, as I said, the bear is currently only got 50 hit points.
Yeah, and I ain't got
And
a
there's
weapon.
4 of you and only 1 of him.
Yeah, and I ain't got a weapon.
So,
I got my fists.
I'm
if
like,
you're a barbarian, you can beat the crap out of him.
I'm like, hey, you got an extra knife. Give him a knife.
Okay, Kenny, you've been thrown a knife.
Actually, I gave him 2 if he can dual wield.
Barbarian?
I think
Knives
that,
are small weapons.
I think
doesn't
that's an
matter.
acquired skill.
I don't know if he could, but I'll let it slide for now. After all.
Until we can find out.
Okay, I'll give him 2 of my knives, so that'll
2
put
knives.
me down to 6.
So you have just been handed 2 knives by the rogue.
2
The
knives.
By the way,
Did you get your javelin back?
oh yeah, you should still have your javelin, by the way.
No, remember, it's stuck in a wall.
You pulled
And
it
I
out.
and I never pulled it out. I never
When,
said
when
I
we
did.
were recovering, we did weapon recovery and salvaging.
So you
That's
got
why
your
I got
javelin
some
back.
arrows back.
Okay, so...
So you do have your javelin back.
Oh, there is actually one question. If I actually took one of my oil flasks and put my arrow tips in it, could I make fire arrows out of them?
You'd have to light the arrows on fire.
That's all I need to know.
And that would take an action, and you remember you're going up against a bear with a battle axe that's...
Yes, I know, but
Hold on, I gotta
I'm
find the
thinking of
werebear
like
first.
I'm just thinking about weapon combinations for
And
the
since
tools.
I'm going to have to wield 2 of my knives then, because of how close quarters it is.
It just an idea that popped in my head.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 2 knives, Douglas.
Okay, werebear. Mr. Werebear. Your 50 hit point. Ooh!
What?
He's got a +4 to strength.
Ouch.
Plus, covering away, the one with the great axe, he gets a 1d12 damage. +4.
Oh Jesus.
In other words, you see this giant werebear, who, by the way, looks like he went through hell, literally, and starts to walk towards you, slowly. His speed has kind of diminished, to the fact he's got enough cuts on his knees, legs, arms, and chest, that it wouldn't take much maybe to kill him.
Okay.
A barbarian, since you have better initiative, you get to go first. Because I assure you, the bear is not really moving that fast.
Okay.
Do you want to attack him? You're going to have to kill the bear in order to get the scabbard in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
We're beyond words.
The bear is pissed. He's walking slowly, but you can see that he's carrying the axe like he's ready to fight.
Okay. I'm...
Remember, you're wielding the 2 knives right now.
Yeah, you've got 2 attacks because of the knife. So you get to roll basically twice
Okay.
for a d20. So if you miss with one, you might hit with the other. Or hit with both.
I'll try and hit him with the knife.
Alright.
My
Roll the
knives.
dice. 11 plus...
That's
okay,
16.
the first one's the 16. Go ahead and roll the second one. I'm doing quick math here. 12 plus 5. That's 17. Okay.
16 and 17.
That's not bad.
Let's see, that is...
Oh, goody. Let's see here.
Reroll.
Hey!
Ow.
Did I hit him?
Did you hit him?
Did I hit him? Yes. That's what I want to know.
Both knives hit perfectly
Nice.
because he rolled a 3.
Oh!
And it doubles the damage because you basically went, ah! Both knives went
Hey, I'm
straight in
trying,
the chest.
guys. I'm trying.
Now, I admit it didn't hit his heart, but you might have hit both lungs.
Nice.
Let's see. Knives were 1d4 plus 2, I believe. So... 3.
The bear is somewhat staggered, but he's still standing pretty strong. He's down to 42 hit points. Congratulations, Kenny, you just did big 8 damage to him on that one strike. Fighter! You just saw your friend go, ah, here! It's put 2 knives into his into the bear's chest. The bear is, of course, now really not happy, and Kenny's knives, well, luckily are not embedded in his chest. He was able to pull them out, so he took basically that damage.
Alright, let's see here. I tell you to stay as far back as possible, give him a wide berth, and pelt him at a distance.
Okay.
And then I look to the cleric, and I'm like, you know the fucking drill. And then,
Yeah, I'll attack, and when you guys are badly injured, I'll heal your asses.
Alright, and my turn. I will repeat, same as the first.
Okay, so you're basically attacking him with... I assume you pulled out the 2 knives.
Yeah, both knives, yes.
Alright. Go ahead and roll your first roll.
12 plus 5 for the first one.
17, okay, and your next roll, please.
Not bad.
13 plus 5.
18.
18.
That was actually some good rolls.
Unless he gets a d20, you're not missing. You're not missing.
Hey, this werebear is actually kind of easy to hit.
Don't get overconfident. He may be
Will
slow,
goes
but he's
and
powerful.
basically stabs the bear and rocks back. Doing another 2d4 damage, basically. Okay. Ouch. Okay. The blood wounds are now starting to really bleed. He is down to 31 hit points. You just did 9 damage to him.
Wow.
Alright.
The bear is somewhat hurt, but still standing pretty good. And he's really moving slow. Mr. Rogue, you've just been told by your fighter to shoot an arrow into his ass.
Give me a second, looking something up.
Okay, what are you doing?
Tools.
You're not going to try and throw something at him, are you?
It's my choice. I'm just trying something different. But
Sure.
I do it quickly.
Please. Before I get bored and decide to have the bear hit you.
Alright.
We'll give him a minute. We can afford that.
Well, the bear's not
We find
exactly...
a werebear here.
Well, the werebear isn't exactly going to be that threatening. The fact it's only got 31 hit points. Normally, these things have 138.
How merciful of you.
Merciful, my ass. The damn thing had to take on all those monsters before you got there.
That's
That's
all
why
I
you didn't
need to know.
encounter so much.
Alright, I'll take an arrow and I'll fire it at him.
Well, let's see if you hit.
Let's see what we got. 10, and my strength is 2, so that's 12.
Okay. Hold on, damn thing. Did you come here? You hit.
Okay.
The arrow flies through the air from your bow, whatever it is, and basically lands into his body.
Short bow.
1d6
Yep.
for the bow.
1d6. Okay. Damn, I'm doing too much good damage on this poor defenseless bear.
31 minus.
Okay, so it means I'm down to 6 arrows.
Jesus Christ, guys. We've got this bear already down most of its health.
Yeah, but its turn is coming up soon, and we better be careful.
The cleric sees basically two attacks, all three attacks succeed and have done enormous damage to the bear. He goes,
Attack it, cleric!
I'm going to. The cleric lunges and goes, ah! And that, by the way, he's doing this and making the appearance of what looks like a Thor the Barbarian joke. Cleric? That? Flying off paper. Ooh, not good. The cleric goes, ah! And the werebear, even though he's barely moving, goes, and the cleric misses him entirely. But only by maybe a few centimeters. Okay, werebear's turn. Finally. By the way,
Who's his first victim?
well, not you, thankfully. The werebear picks up his mighty battle axe and goes, "Roar!" and lunges at the cleric. Because the werebear is not stupid. He knows that your cleric can heal you. So he's going to
So he's
kill
playing
him
smart.
first. Nice roll.
What's that for?
Ouch. Oh, ouch.
Did the cleric get hit?
Yes.
How
The
bad?
battle axe basically flies going downward and hits the cleric point blank.
Oh.
The cleric has taken, once I find... Ow. Ooh. I don't have that out.
What dice did you need?
One that I don't have out. That one. The 1d12.
Oh dear, how bad is it?
Ah.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
Your cleric has officially got 8 hit points left.
Ow!
He got hit with 11 points of damage. You basically saw the cleric, the werebear go, "Hwah!" And the cleric goes, "Ugh!"
And bounce off the floor.
I'm still standing. Oh God, did that hurt?
I'm surprised that he didn't split him down the middle.
He could have if he got a critical hit. He didn't. Because double damage would have been 7 plus 7, which is 14 plus 4 twice.
Yeah. Ouch.
Barbarian, you just saw the werebear pretty much almost kill your cleric in one hit. What are you gonna do?
I can either heal the cleric, or I can attack the bear.
He is distracted.
He has only 25 hit points.
I'm gonna attack the bear.
All right. Be warned, this guy has terrible dexterity.
Both my knives.
Okay, so
Again.
you roll twice.
10 plus 5, that's 15.
Bad.
Second roll, please.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, I think the second one missed.
Hang on. I still gotta roll his roll. Oh, whoops. I thought I was actually rolling the right die. Ah! First one. Ah! Ow. Second one. Ah! Poof! He basically knocked the other one out of your hand.
So you've been disarmed for the one knife.
Yeah.
So I got one knife. And
You
a
were able to
jab.
pull it out just as he knocked the second one out of your hand. He took... Damn. He's a 20.
Come on, guys, he's almost dead.
The werebear is now somewhat staggering, but he's still standing. He looks at Fighter. You see the bear is looking at the cleric still, wanting to kill him. What are you gonna do? The same thing Kenny did? Hope that you don't miss twice?
Alright, I'm going to get between him and the cleric, and then I'm going to attack twice.
Uh-oh. I gotta roll twice. Gotta roll one dodge.
16 plus 5.
Oh god, that's a 21.
21.
He's not gonna miss. You're not gonna miss with that first one.
3 plus 5.
Okay, an 8. So basically anything
Well,
he
the
gets.
first one hit.
Yeah, no shit. And then some. Okay. Basically, you get between the bear and the cleric, and you stab him. Ow! But just as you're about to come up with the second one, he throws his axe across his body, and take 4 points of damage. And you lose this knife as well.
Okay. Knocked to the ground.
Knocked into the sky, into the roof, which is 70 feet up.
So I lost that knife.
Needless to say, he might be able to recover his. You ain't recovering yours.
Alright.
Mine at least hit the ground.
4 points of damage from 30. That is 20.
26.
6 points.
Your werebear is really, really badly bleeding. He's down to 17 hit points.
Ouch.
Rogue,
It's your turn, Rogue.
you just saw the werebear take his axe and knock the knife out of the one hand of the fighter and throw it basically into the roof. What are you gonna do?
Okay, if I... Okay, question. If I taunt the enemy, does that count as an action?
Yes. You really want to taunt a bear that just almost killed the cleric with one hit?
Only if I need to, okay? It's just as a last resort.
So is that what you're going to do so I know whether or not you're doing it?
Seeing as I'm at a further distance, yes. I'm gonna taunt him. Hey! You're nothing but... You're nothing but a honey bear that gets stung by bees all day!
The cleric looks at you like you're suicidal, but thanking you all the same for the stupidity.
Don't they have to roll an intimidation check?
It's not intimidation, it's a taunt.
I'm just goading him.
Oh, okay.
That's not intimidation. The bear's not intimidated by that. He's
I
gonna
was-
wish he
I'm-
was intimidated here in a minute.
I'm playing a sacrificial doll this time, for good reason.
Well, you're not going to want to be that. The cleric looks at you and goes, okay, well, he's distracted. Heal thyself. He casts the clerical spell to heal. He goes from 8 to 10.
That's better than nothing.
So our cleric has now 10 hit points. Needless to say, the werebear, after the rogue basically insulted him, is now coming at you with his great axe. Oh, and because you just pissed him off badly, he is now enraged.
Boy!
And that, because he's a werebear, has quadrupled his damage ratio. So if he hits you, that's a 1d12 times 3.
Don't get
Needless to say, this is why I don't like taunting spells. And why no DM ever does. Go ahead, roll your dex, see if this dodges you. Because remember, his strength's a little better than your dex.
I know.
Actually, it's very better.
I got 18, so with my dexterity, that's 24.
Okay, you're in luck. There's a big possibility he may not hit. Because the best he can do is 24. Oh god! Well, you're in luck. He misses you entirely.
Oh!
The werebear
Congratulations, Jake.
not only
I
badly
think our
wounded,
luck rubbed off on you.
not only is he badly wounded, he also hasn't realized that you're not actually standing in front of him. So So as he brings the axe down, he misses you, hits the floor, picks up what's left of his axe.
His weapon's broke!
His axe has dropped. He drops the axe. There is still one small problem. Because he's dropped the axe, he's now banishing his claws and his teeth.
Oh,
And by the
boy.
way, this bear has multiple attacks, so now that he has done that, you've just given him a 3 attack instead of 1. And he's still enraged, so he still gets a plus times 3 whatever attack he chooses.
Good job, Douglas.
Luckily, and this is good news, he's only got maybe 17 hit points left. You might kill him before he gets the chance to kill you. Barbarian! You just watched this bear. First you saw the rogue and Tip basically taunt his ass to make him an idiot.
I'm like, really?
Then you see the bear go, ah, break.
Oh, that was lucky.
And now you see this bear banishing claws that are sharper than steel and teeth that could probably break through a pipe. What are you going to do? Remember, you only have one knife in your hand.
Yeah. I don't want to take an action to pick up the other knife, because...
Yeah, that would be bad because he might turn and attack you with it, with his claws.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to take the one knife that I got and try and stab him.
Okay. Well, let's see if you hit. Since he seems to be having a bad night tonight. 8 plus.
5, that's 13.
Okay, we got a 13er. Bad luck number. See if the bear's luck's any better. Oh god. Well, you didn't break the knife. Or lose it. You basically went, ah! And the bear just walked by you and you ran into the wall.
Oh!
Thankfully, you didn't take any damage. Because you slowed down before you actually hit the wall. So, you basically just tap the wall with your hand.
Like, oh.
It's kind of like a light bounce.
The bear is obviously still very PO'd at the rogue, so he doesn't care about you hitting the wall. He just wants to kill him. Fighter, you just watched the barbarian almost hit the wall. Would you like to try and kill the bear too?
I'm like, Rogue.
Run.
Hey, pretty much. Thank you for reading my mind.
That would be my reaction. I'm sorry. It seems the most logical way. And I'm not even in the room.
Well, I only have one attack because
The
somebody threw my knife into the ceiling.
And did for a good amount of damage to you too while you was at it. But go ahead. What'd you roll?
4 plus 5.
Oh, a 9. Thankfully, because of this bear's defense, which is zilch, he doesn't get any modifications. So if he rolls a 10 or better, you didn't hit. You hit!
Hey,
What?
Barely, mind you, but he still hit.
Bobby!
He got a 7. You're lucky you have that plus that strength modifier. Otherwise, that bear you would have missed the bear entirely. The bear has taken. Ow. Okay, the bear is really badly wounded now. He is barely standing, and he's down to basically 11 hit points.
11. Come on, guys, he's almost dead.
Rogue, you see this barely badly wounded bear in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Well, seeing as he's after me, I disengage to get some distance.
Or in other words, you're going to run.
Yes.
Okay.
is that the only thing you do?
Well, that can be all he does. I mean, the bear is trying to kill him, and he does have to. Now I can go 3 attacks on him instead of 1.
Oh.
I'm playing cause smart this time.
Well, that wouldn't be smart. You taunted the bear. But still, it's okay.
The taunt's on me, but I distracted it, so that's why I'm pulling
So
range.
that's your action, whatever it takes to evade him.
Right.
Well, it gives him a +2 to dex anyway.
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you don't. When he attacks you, Jace. The cleric, seeing that he has just watched this bear get badly wounded and thinks he's the biggest dartboard in history, goes, okay, this is not going to work, but oh well, I throw my axe! He throws his hand axe at the bear. And yes, the hand axe can be thrown.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, 16 for the whole thing. Oh, ouch. I think he's gonna hit the bear. He hit the bear.
Nice. Go, cleric.
The cleric's axe, he basically goes, "Here, catch this, you stupid bear!" As the bear turns, whoosh, he throws his axe. It hits him. At the side of the face. His eye right here gets badly blooded, and he cannot see out of it. So his eyesight's down, so his dexterity is now -1.
Oh, dang.
Let's see.
Nice.
Hand axe. 1d6 plus 2. Okay.
Jace,
Ow!
what are you doing?
I was just looking up some stuff for Rogue in the future.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. What were you looking at?
The burglar tools, whatever. I'm thinking I may carry some, like, stuff and all that. Kane's character can be enraged with a magic item, right?
If
Could
he's-
it be beneficial if I carried a magic item, just kept it in my pouch just until the right time, and just kind of draw it out just to enrage him, so that way he can gain, like, extra strength?
Would you like me to tell you what the consequences of...
Just a hypothetical scenario.
Well, let me give you a hint. My dad once had a barbarian who he handed a magical item to.
I'm not handing it, I'm just kind of waving it in his face like a red cape to a bull.
Okay, you want to really...
Just to get him riled up.
Do you
Then
really?
here's your answer. You rile him up, his target isn't going to be the monster. It's going to be you.
That's why I was asking hypothetical scenario.
By the way, the axe has severely damaged the bear. He has 5 hit points left.
Ooh, he's almost dead then.
However, before
Bear's
becoming
turn.
blind, he grabbed you by the collar. Before you gain the dexterity bonus. So he picks you up and goes, "Let's see you dodge this!" Roll to see if you do actually dodge it. You might fall out of the shirt. That will be added to the dexterity bonus, so you get +2, whatever your dex is already.
One.
Blow on it.
Uh-oh. 1.
3 plus whatever your dex is.
4. That means I only have a 5.
Jason, that's 7 actually, but that's alright.
Uh,
You're right. You might not miss this.
Or bear might not miss you.
And what's worse, he's going to do this 3 times. So he's going to hit you with both claws. And his mouth.
Hey!
Okay.
That's 1.
Let's see. What is your claw?
Ugh.
Oh boy. Cleric is going to probably need to help him.
Oh dear.
Oh god, yeah. He's gonna have his work cut out for you on this one. Hold on, I gotta find the other. There.
Sergeant mean anything to you?
Pretty much.
I see you for the moment.
Ah! Get back here, you! Ice. 8. Oh god.
Well, Jason's
11.
getting his thrashing. I'm going to use the restroom real quick.
Jason, take 15 points of damage from just the one hit.
Well, I'm knocked out.
You see the bear take one hand and literally tear Jason into pieces.
I'm not in pieces. I'm just knocked out. Remember, you said 15 points. I'm at 0.
Jason, you're still not unconscious, but you're badly wounded.
That's what he meant.
Yeah.
I didn't say he actually literally tore you into pieces. I said he tore you into pieces by damaging you. He drops you, by the way, to the floor because you're out. Congratulations, Rogue. You got slaughtered. Again.
Well, since it's this round,
Barbarian, do you wish to attack the now barely able to stand bear. And remember,
I got one knife.
remember he also gets a -1 to his dex now. Which unfortunately did not add to his strength.
Okay. I'll attack him with my knife.
Okay. We'll see if you hit.
Oh, God!
4 plus your strength.
5, that's 9.
So you have a 9. He gets... Well, you do miss, but not by much. Basically, the bear goes... oh, no, you don't. Poof! And tosses you aside. Because you got a 9, he got a 10. So you just barely hit it. Actually, you didn't hit him at all, but that's the one. Congratulations. The bear is semi... Even though he's blind almost out of one eye, he can still pretty much kick your ass. As you can see from the rogue who's now unconscious. Fighter Girl, do you wish to try and kill the bear?
Yes.
With
Okay.
a knife.
The dice roll is mine! Let's see, it's a 1, right?
Yeah.
Plus your strength is, what, 4?
It's 6 total.
Oh, it's 6. Uh-oh.
What?
As you lunge at the bear with the knife, bear sees you. And basically takes the knife in his hand and shatters it.
Alright.
And drops it and drops you to the ground. And
Okay,
says,
so-
was that the best you had?
Alright.
So, Will ain't got no more knives.
He just doesn't have them in hand.
He'd have to pull them out, and I don't think the bear's going to give him the option. In a minute. Okay. Now that we pretty much pissed this bear off, and the cleric is at 10, he sees you now unconscious and goes, he hurt my rogue. Oh well. I cast heal! Get 3 hit points back.
Well, at least I'm back in the game.
Not for long.
It's the bear's turn.
The bear, now realizing that the cleric has healed the rogue and brought him back, he grabs both of you and basically does this.
Conk and a conk.
Roll your dex to see if he misses you.
Alright.
And I'll roll for the cleric as well.
Alright.
Unfortunately, cleric, so -1.
Okay, I got 9, so that gives me 13.
Okay, so you got a 13.
Alright, I will be right back.
Alright.
Yeah, it'll take me a few minutes to do this.
Yeah.
Ooh! Yeah, the cleric is in better shape. He got 17. Alright, Mr. Bear. You need a 18 or better. Well... Oh boy.
What'd you roll?
Alright.
Let's see.
As he swings you both at each other, because he only can see out one eye, misses the cleric perfectly. Unfortunately, the cleric's foot hits you. Roll, you take from this nice little move. You're back unconscious again.
3 damage.
4.
That means I'm -1.
He drops both of you basically on the floor and goes, you want to bring him back again? We'll wait for Will to come back to finish this poor defenseless bear who has only 5 hit points.
Poor defenseless bear my ass.
Well, you wanted a werebear. This werebear, you're lucky it's not at full health. Normally at full health it gives you 135. You're lucky the kobolds, rats, and everything weakened it first. And remember, you guys have knocked this werebear down to 5 hit points. You got lucky at first. Then your luck kind of ran out.
Hey, at least I taunted for a reason. It gave those guys a chance to be able to get some hits in, okay? Even if I did put myself at risk again.
Mm-hmm.
I know taunting's not the best way to deal with the monster, but I figured it was the best opportunity I could give.
Like I said, not a wise choice. I do not like taunting. This is why. Because it makes the monster think, you're an asshole. You get to be lunch. That's why I never taunted anything in any video game I played. But yeah.
I have.
I know you have, Kenny. You got braver skills than me. I'm the one who usually plays it safe and just casts the summon to kill it. I summon Bahamut! Thankfully, I'm not there. And I don't have that power. I'm not a summoner. I'm a wizard. Well, I could conjure something. Yeah, think about that one of these days. Oh, wait, I can't. I've already pissed off 2 dragons. Of course, that's out of character knowledge, but that's the point.
Yeah. I like this.
That's because that's my new cane. My old cane is back home. After I accidentally lost it for about a month and a half.
Really?
I left it at PS Mini Mart for almost a month. I thought it was still in Jason's apartment. Until one of the employees said, wait, I have something for you. What do you have for me? This! And she's holding my cane. Tells you how well my memory is. But hey, at least I'm doing pretty good on this. And you at least made it almost through the dungeon. It only took 3 sessions to accomplish. First session was because you always pretty much got slaughtered by the cloaker because he picked it up. By the way...
Hey, I told you, bad juju on that one. You didn't listen, so...
Don't remind me of that.
Anyway...
Alright, what did I miss?
Well, you missed the fact
Pretty much,
Rogue's
I'm
back
knocked
unconscious.
out. I'm at -1.
The rogue got basically hit by the cleric's shoe. Because the bear picked up both of them and tried to do a coconut hit. And missed on the cleric because he's blind in one eye. But hit the rogue with the shoe of the cleric.
Pretty much with a bonk.
And he went unconscious because it did 4 damage to him.
Oh, wow.
That's the bear's turn, right?
No, that's now your turn.
My
try-
turn.
To try and kill this poor defenseless wounded bear.
Defense. How am I gonna say it, Justin? Defenseless my ass.
You're the one who wanted to face a werebear.
We didn't want to face nothing. He
I
started
didn't
this.
say werebear.
Yes, you did. You said that you wanted to fight a werebear. You're just lucky it's not a fully healthy werebear.
I didn't say that. I want to go into the room to grab the scabbard and get the hell out of here.
Anyway, I assume you're going to attack it.
I got 1 knife left.
Well, at least it's not broken like Will's.
Yeah.
Shut
I'll attack
up.
it with a knife.
Okay. 12 plus your strength.
5, that's 17.
Ow! Okay, congratulations!
Did I hit him?
In a New York minute,
Yay!
you did at least 15 points higher than him.
Oh.
He rolled a 3, you rolled basically a 17.
God.
So basically it's a critical. You stabbed the bear straight in the head.
That's for the rogue.
Okay, maybe didn't kill it though, yet.
He's
Hold on.
still alive?
3. Nope, he's dead. The bear falls over and goes, I have served my... and dies. You didn't get to hear what he was going to say because basically that's when he finally passed out. Or in this case, died. So the werebear is dead. Congratulations, you gained 4 experience. Because it was badly wounded. 50 experience points.
50.
Well, it was already badly wounded, otherwise you'd be getting 100. You would get the full experience. Which was...
Alright, so that's going to be 800.
and 5.
Yep.
Congratulations to you, you killed the werebear. The werebear is now on the ground, and you can see the scabbard. Do any of you wish to try and pull it out of the wall?
Well, I can't. I'm down.
Oh yeah, the cleric, after the battle was over, the cleric brought you back to full health.
Alright.
Actually, he casted healing on all of you, so you're all back.
I'm going to loot.
I was already at full health, but I didn't get touched the entire time.
I know.
I'm going
You got
to
lucky.
I'm going to loot through the werebear's body first.
The axe that he was carrying almost cut your head off.
Really?
Yeah, it's mystical.
All
He barely
right.
misses you.
I'm like,
And then falls onto the ground and seems inert again.
fine. Get the sheep. As I walk up, I'm like, oh right. As I start,
Who wants to grab it?
Just then, you can tell there's teeth coming out of it.
I'm like, there's no winning today.
Basically, it's not the cloaker that you encountered earlier, it's a different color.
Um,
But I don't suggest you picking it up.
as I leave it alone.
Okay. Needless to say, you now can see the scabbard. It appears to be embedded in the wall. Does anyone want to try and see if they can pull it out of the wall?
Mm.
Or do you want to wait for the wizard because you can hear his cane coming, his wooden stick hitting the ground outside the door coming?
I'm gonna wait for the wizard.
I'm going to wait.
Okay.
Let him get the scabbard, man. We did all the work. Why, he's been fucking lollygagging. And pulling
Rogue, are you going to wait for
switches.
the wizard, or are you going to try and see if there's a trap attached to the scabbard?
I'm like, leave the scabbard alone.
Bad juju! Bad juju!
Will you give me a chance to ask a question?
Go ahead.
Rather than me use my hands, what if I use the pole that I have in my inventory? How much reach does the cloaker have?
It can grab you easily, no matter how far away you are.
Alright, the rogue he just kind of slowly backs up, you being wise this time.
Good boy. Needless to say, I'm going to assume the cleric is going to wait for the wizard. The door opens. The mighty wizard comes in. You killed the werebear. Congratulations. Yeah, I do put you there.
Yeah.
You have done very well for yourselves. You look like you've gone through hell and back again, but that's okay.
No kidding.
And I'm like,
I thought you said this was gonna be easy!
I never said it was going to be easy. I said I was hoping you'd help me get the scabbard. Congratulations. Now, which one of you is going to get it out of the wall?
I'm like, seriously.
You get it!
That thing's booby-trapped.
No, it's not.
I have
As
a
the wizard
bad
walks up,
feeling about that.
as the wizard walks up to the scabbard with his staff, he taps the floor. Holds out his hand. Scabbard falls right out of the wall and right into his hand.
As my jaw just drops a little bit.
As I walk
As
up,
the cleric goes, how did you do that?
and then I'm like,
I studied the map that I had. It said there was 3 switches on the statues that you had to pull, and then you had to press this button right here, and you still see his loose stump below his feet, right
And
where
I'm
the
like-
staff was pushed.
and then I'm like, fantastic. As I start shoving it into my bag of holding.
He taps you in the head and says, "You're not getting it, you idiot. You're not lawful good."
Then I toss it on your head. There, you take it.
I'm not lawful good either. By the way, the whole time he's holding this, it's glowing. So he hands it to the cleric, because I think the cleric is good enough. Yep, he's good enough to take the scabbard. He puts it in a bag, and he says, "Why are you giving it to me?" "Because I can't carry it anymore." And then he says, "I want you all to head for the exit. I will join you shortly. I have some last-minute things I must attend to in this room.
Alright.
Do any of you wish to leave the room, knowing full well something is going on you don't know? I would advise you do it, but maybe look through the door frame."
Alright, let's take a step back. Come on. As I push everybody out.
Okay.
As I peek through.
You're all basically holding your position here. Oh, by the way, just so you know, the walls of the mausoleum do look a little melted, as if the stone was hit by a massive amount of heat.
Oh.
Needless to say, the kobolds, rats, and scorpions are also now dead. You see them fused into the walls.
Okay.
Fighter, you said you were going to look through the door.
Okay.
You see the wizard somehow, miraculously, picks up the white cape. You see its teeth, but its eyes look mournful. Looks sad. He walks over to the werebear after he picks up the battle axe. You also notice that the bear has no longer remained a bear. He's human now. He can't puts the cloaker down for a second. Crosses the arms of the werebear, now human, and puts the axe in his hands. Remember, when you picked it up, it tried to cut your head off.
Yeah.
Wizard picked it up, it did nothing.
Okay.
He then takes the
Zoom
cloaker
tight.
and lays him across the body. Utters what appears to be a silent prayer, picks up his staff, and you see him go to a wall. You see him turn on what looks like a light in his staff, and you see a beautiful portrait of the great hero. Yeah. And these 5 beautiful women. 2 this side, 3 this side. You also see a warrior. Roll an investigation check for me, please. You roll a 10, you're good.
6 plus intelligence is 2.
Good
That's an
enough.
8.
You just realize it's the werebear in the picture.
I'm like, no fucking way.
Wait, the great hero's the werebear?
No! The
He was
werebear
the
was part of the
warrior.
party that was with the great hero.
Oh.
You also see 2 other warriors. One appears to be a great noble knight. Yet the image looks like it was painted to look like a skeleton now. The other appears to be a mighty warrior who sacrificed himself to become a mystical creature, a beholder. And he kneels before the picture in somewhat saddened form. He seems to be crying a little bit.
Why is he always crying?
We
He's
don't
remembering
know.
the past.
We don't
Yeah.
know he was crying in the other room, remember?
Yeah,
Out
you,
of
you were out of
context.
character knowledge there. You're not supposed to know that. Anyway, to make this a little bit easier on me, basically, you all decide to leave the wizard there, to ball his head off, because you guys feel like he's kind of being an asshole to you guys,
Yeah.
because you did all this hard work and he's just crying in front of this beautiful
I'm
statue.
like,
Beautiful
I filled them in and I'm like, come on, let's go. This
Okay.
got weird.
This got really weird.
Okay, needless to say, you get almost to the exit. I'm not going to redo the map for this. Basically, you get to here. When the wizard suddenly goes, oh, fuck! And starts running out the room and basically right after you. You are now at the entrance. Guess who's waiting for you in the courtyard?
Little Miss Sassafras.
The cloaked figure. She tells you, give me the scabber.
And I'm like, and
I don't have it.
You don't have it!
The
And I'm
clerk's
like,
with you, Jace. You have it.
I'm like, and you are?
Just give me the scabber. You don't need to know who I am.
And I'm like, I would appreciate knowing who is bossing me around.
Do you really want to know?
And I'm like, I think it's better off in our hands than yours.
You obviously don't know who you're dealing with. As she removes the cloak to reveal, yes, a somewhat dominatrix-looking woman. She's wearing black leather, she's got high heels, and she has black wings.
As I give her a quick look over,
Sounds
I'm
like a succubus.
It is a succubus,
I'm like, okay,
because she's now about to put off the ground.
and I'm like, okay, I'm impressed, but still, no.
She goes, you
Slightly
all,
impressed. But no.
everybody, do a dexterity roll right now.
Oh boy.
I want to see if anyone gets a bad roll.
15.
10 plus 5, 15.
19 for me.
19, Kenny?
6 plus 6, that's 12.
Congratulations, you all hit the floor just as a fireball comes over your heads.
Shoo!
In the dark!
Basically, a fireball just comes flying over all of you and barely misses the succubus and basically sends her high heels. As she lands back on the ground, as he passes by you now on the floor on your guts, the wizard walks up in front of all of you. You! What are you doing here? The succubus is obviously pointing at the wizard. What are you doing here?
As
My
I
dear.
get up, dusting myself up. A little warning would be nice.
Be happy I gave you, at least you were able to duck. The wizard is obviously not caring what happened to you guys just now. He's looking straight at the succubus. The succubus looks at him and goes, Why are you here? I have what I came for. Be it. You have the scabbard. Yes, I do. Or I should say, the cleric does. I can no longer hold it, thanks to you. Or should I say to one of your associates. It doesn't matter. You will give it to me for what you did to us back in the days gone by. No. Needless to say, obviously there's a history between the wizard and the succubus.
Yes. I'm sensing some sexual history between these two.
That would be an understatement.
And I'm like, can we...
Shut up!
And-
As the wizard stabs you in the gut with its staff.
Fine.
The succubus goes, you will not win. We will release our lady and take our revenge on this world and on you. I still outnumber you 5 to 1.
I'm like, what the old guy said.
The wizard is actually kind of happy to hear that a little bit. He goes, she looks at you all and goes, you have no idea what this man has done to us. I shall have my revenge! As she flies off. Needless to say, the wizard has obviously been hiding a lot going on. He walks,
I'm gonna
tells
look
you,
at the wizard and be like, really? There's like
At that
tension between you two.
I pulled my hood down. You know, for all the years I've been a thief, there's always been a code that we don't hold secrets
Whack!
back.
as he hits you with his staff, saying, shut up or I'm not paying you.
Can we get out of here now?
Yes. Basically, the wizard tells you all we need to leave. And by the way, he hit you for a very good reason. Namely, you all have made it back to the town, basically. And he says, get whatever equipment you may need. It's a long journey to where we're going. I need to go contact my allies. Before this starts, does anyone want to take a pike to the wizard's head and ask what the hell is going on?
That's
Namely-
what I was at. That's what Douglas was asking. He was saying that
You're about to
allies don't keep secrets from each other.
I understand that, Jake, but I was actually hoping the fighter or wizard would do this.
Alright, as
Whichever one of you two boys wants to do it.
I'll pipe up.
Okay?
I don't mean to pry into your personal business, but
It's
Wait.
none of your business. Shut up and leave me alone. As he starts to walk away. Now you can swing your pipe if you wish. Or whatever you're using. Okay? He grabs it in mid-swing. And by the way, guys, normally a fighter could kick a wizard's ass in 5 seconds doing this. He caught it in mid-air and then does this. He basically takes the fighter, flips her over his shoulder.
Oh.
By the way, you're now pointing at the party who's behind the wizard. He takes his sword, which is under his cloak, and putting his fist right between your breast line, basically,
I'm like,
puts the sword less than a centimeter from your hairline.
that's the best you got.
Will, he came within 2 centimeters of actually killing you.
Fighter, don't care. Come close to death on a daily basis.
True, but also, you're a fighter, he's a wizard. You shouldn't have even been able to be lifted off the ground.
I know,
And he just lifted you off the ground,
Like a sack of potatoes.
basically as a rag doll, and put his sword next to your head and said, you ever ask me another question like that again, that sword will be between where my foot is.
I'm like,
And pulls away and walks away.
good. It'll save me the trouble.
And by the way, he also did this in 2.3 milliseconds.
I'm walking up, going to the local area so that way I can fix my sword
I'm
and
about to buy a new one.
yeah.
Or get it repaired like he's
I
gonna do.
need to get some
Now this
I
is-
didn't pick it up.
Okay. Meanwhile, this is out of character knowledge for some of you. The succubus has arrived at what appears to be a very large tower. She lands at what appears to be a window and basically walks in. As she walks through a doorway, there is a statue of the head, or at least the facial part of the head, because if anyone's ever watched Jackie Chan Adventures, this is basically a Shandu joke, of a red dragon's face. The succubus kneels down. Oh, by the way, if anyone's wondering, there are little symbols atop of the door. Each one is a symbol of the weapon you're supposed to go get. the scabbard, and the 3 pieces of the sword. As the scabbard one is glowing, this succubus kneels down. Now, before you guys think this is not bad news, there are 3 other women next to her in cloaks.
Oh yeah.
Bad juju.
The red eyes start to glow, and a voice comes from the door. Congratulations, succuba! You have brought me the scabbard. Place it before me so I may see it. The succubus looks down depressed and goes, I failed you, my lady. I didn't get it. What? What do you mean you didn't get it? He was there. Who was there? King Tut? No. Ransenfall. Now this is in character knowledge because you're about to hear this. Pardon me a moment. I gotta drink something first. I
No
gotta get a
problem.
deep voice. By the way, for those who are wondering, the tower is basically a full month and a half away from the city. And they hear this, by the way.
Oh, so we
Was
can
it
hear
just
it
a
from
regular
here.
scream or like a dragon's roar?
Like a demon being born.
Okay.
Namely,
It's a roar.
So
The
we
whole
can hear
city-
it from here.
trembles in fear. Back at the tower, after the large roar came out of the door,
As I'm doing this to my ears.
yeah, you basically were not happy about hearing that. The head goes, what was he doing there? He went after the scabbard too. I think he's going to try and stop us and finish what he started. You 3, continue to find the other pieces of the sword before Ransenball goes and tries to retrieve them. Succubus, or succubi in this case, even though she is a girl. Make sure the blacksmith is kept well hidden. I do not want him to be found by Ransenball and reforge the sword. As you wish, my lady. The eyes stop glowing, and the 4 women start to walk away. Succubus starts heading for the window, as the other girl walks towards the window. So you couldn't kill him, huh? It's your fault he's still alive, you idiot! It's what? I wanted him tortured for the rest of existence. You made him immortal and made him mystical, you bimbo! Thanks to you, now he's more powerful than before! He was but just a ranger back when we first knew him. Now he's a bloody fucking wizard! And by the way, he has a fetish for fireballs! It doesn't matter. He will be defeated, because he is no match for me. I'll make sure that he doesn't get into the temple where he is supposedly buried, even though he wasn't buried. I shall go to the temple, to his burial tomb, and as she lifts up her cloak, she turns into a massive army, a massive swarm of bats, flying
Oh god,
outward,
I hate that.
flying away. Needless to say, the succubus going, you bloody fucking vampire bitch. Just then, another woman walks up and goes, and if she fails to keep him, at least my warriors who are at the mine will make damn sure he can't get to the first fragment of the sword. Oh yeah, like you're going to do any better than I did? You had more sex with him than anyone. Don't
Okay, that's just weird.
go there, succubus. You're the one who kept wanting to get laid by him and impregnated. At least I will have tried to fight him. And just as she walks out the window, basically falling to her death, you see, instead of a woman falling to her death, a black dragon flying away towards a mine.
Ooh.
The third woman, who is not actually heading for the window, but actually heading for the stairwell, the succubus looks at and goes, what, are you not going to yell at me too? Oh no, they've done enough yelling. I'm going back to the third fragment. I'm still trying to figure out which one of those damn swords is the last fragment. How hard is it to figure it out? You're a snake! I'm half snake, half human. There's a difference. But at least when he comes to try and get the last piece from me, I will be ready for him. There are a lot of nasty little monsters at my service, including a couple Umber Hulks. He will not defeat me. As she goes down the steps, the succubus goes, he's going to kill all 5 of us. Again. And flies off into the distance. Now, back at the town, after hearing this massive roar, the wizard looks and goes, well, and now the red dragon, now she knows I'm back. And she obviously isn't happy to hear I'm back. I should never have had sex with those 5 women. Me and my goddamn wing-wang. As the wizard goes back into the bar, a somewhat dwarven guy with a very long black beard is standing there waiting for him. Ah, Runzen boy! You took your sweet time! It took a while for my friends to get the scabbard from the wall. Did they try to do something stupid, like try to pull it out instead of waiting for you to show up? No, they waited for me to show up. Ah, at least they were smart enough to wait for you. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have realized that the minute they did, they would have probably been launched halfway through the building. Oh well. Report? The mine has been invaded by dark elves, spiders, and a few other monsters, including gnomes. Who's their leader? A woman in a black dress. So it's her. Yep, and she's not happy. You heard the roar just now? Yes. Oh boy. But thankfully, my friend, I have some good